Hey guys, it's Mal of RTC1. I'm doing Chamber of the Fallen, March of the Beast. This is the hardest Chamber of Trials so far. I am not going to do it with a party of 5 or less because it is ridiculous. And I will be going in with Oh Boy here, one of my best friends on the game. And it's just so intense. Just make sure you have a fantastic party to go with you. And from the very beginning, you'll want to just do everything you can against everything that comes your way. Let's do boost on these guys, and you're gonna see some of the things I do, and you're gonna question yourself, but you'll see why I do them. I'm using the Fire Flask because you want to use everything you can on every enemy you come across, because the entire time is going to be just intensity. So let's go to the second round. Now they get surprisingly harder and harder as you go along. So it may look easy to begin with, but the truth is it gets really hard. So I'm gonna do the focus again right here, and there we go. The Ochu shouldn't be as bad either. It's paralyzed. I'm going to take this opportunity while it's paralyzed to recover the MP of everybody. Now I'm just going to guard with him so I don't kill the Ochu too fast. Okay, let's see if we can guard one more time and let him save up some MP. Oh, dang it. He became unparalyzed too quickly. Well, I tried. Okay. At this part, I'm going to just make sure they've got the MP they need. And let's use attack and defense on everybody. Now, this may not kill the one in the back. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called a roper. But this will get most of the jellies down to pretty low health. So at this point, I'm going to start healing, and everybody's going to start getting their MP up, because I'm going to be needing that for the future fights. So I'm going to guard with Cloud of Darkness. I can use his Divider right now, that sounds good. I can use the attack all enemies, and I can use the jump, point warp, and the jump, point warp. Just restore everything. So they'll come crashing down. The Roper's got a little bit of health left. So, let's see. Nobody has any damage, right? So I'm just going to save up the MP with Cecil. Just going to attack with a cut through here. Save up Cloud of Darknesses. And save up Gilgamesh. Or I'll just do regular attacks with them. And then the rest of the damage will come through with the two Noctises. So let's get some Curaja down. And I'll use Fire Flask and a Fire Flask. So he's blinded, so I didn't have to worry about that. And might as well jump, point warp, get their MP back, even though the thing's probably going to die right now, so yeah. There we go. Next round. Okay, now here's the Hell's Rider and the Flame Sword. Let's get the focus on everybody. Actually, he's got his ultimate up again. Let's do that first. Let's try to blind them. Use Divider. Use a hit all. And Fire Flask. And a Fire Flask again. Let's try to inflict them. I should probably use the Fire Flask at the end so I confuse them, but yeah, I'll have to remember that for next time. Okay, here we go. Want to use the Curager while we can. Use a Warp Break. Use, no, don't need to use that one. Let's use Fire Flask again. Actually, let's use the Warp Break with him and recover everybody's MP with him. And we'll use the Cut All. We'll use a... Don't want to use too much of everything, so we'll use a Barrage, and we'll use a Divider. There we go. Has him pretty low. Now, let's see. We'll use a Curager here. Don't need to use too much MP here, so we'll just use his. We'll use a Fire Flask. And we'll use a Blindside. And we'll use a Barrage. And we'll use this. And we'll focus on this guy, because the other guy will probably die. Ooh. So you gotta watch out for things like that. The Lie Strike that will take out the people with one hit. So good thing I've got some stuff to back that up. I don't quite want to use the Phoenix Downs right now. So let's just attack him regularly. Or actually use a... There we go. And we will just attack with Gilgamesh. Okay, let's use both their comebacks. Actually, let's reduce his attack and defense. Well. Oh well. Okay, now even though they're pretty low, I've got to use the Fire Flask here because he has quite a bit of damage that he can do otherwise. And I do have to get Cecil back as soon as possible. So let's do that with Lunith here and just use a Phoenix Down on him. We'll use that this time. Here we go. So hopefully that paralyzed all of him. That's a good sign. So right now let's use a cover and use that on everybody. We'll use a Curager here, and we'll use a Point Warp. And then we will do a Meteor, or no, let's just do regular attack. Use the Divider, now regular attack, and hit all. Want to save that MP while we can. Let's do the Point with him as well. And give everybody that boost up. Let's do regular attack, and maybe, yeah, this one. Now, I'll be doing a Fire Flask again because I'll want to keep him paralyzed. See, he's already coming unparalyzed, and we can't have that happen. So let's use the Fire Flask again. Just use regular attack, and this time we can use Divider. It looks like he's saved up enough, and use a Cut Through. Okay, that got most of them. Now he's starting to do some magic damage. That's okay. We can survive against that. Let's do cover. Make sure everybody's getting that stuff back every turn. Use a Cut Through. We could just use regular attack, and reduce his attack. Or let's reduce his magic, because he's starting to use magic stuff, so Thunder Flask. There we go. This time we'll use Warp Break, and we'll just use attacks with normal everything. We'll use a cut through with him because it's pretty high. There we go. And we'll use that one right there. For him, let's use an Armiger and just keep everybody's stats up high. Okay, now I think we can finish them off. They're all pretty high in their stats. Let's see, we'll just do regular attacks with all of them. Do a Warp Break here. Let's see if that's enough with Oh Boy. Pretty close, but not close enough. But that's okay, we can just use regular attacks now. Okay, moving on to the next round. Round 6. Just a few more to go. The Terror Knight. Now, if you have a raise effect, I believe that kills this guy in one hit, but I don't have anybody with a raise except for the comeback with Noctis, which I don't think works on him. So that's something you won't be able to use on this particular guy if you have the same team as me. Otherwise, yeah, just regular attacks on him. I believe he has weakness to fire. But let's do a cut through. Let's do a Warp Break. And let's do a Fire Flash. Okay, there we go. It did quite a bit of damage. So we got an Aurora coming down. Probably going to have to use a Magic Break on him because that's some pretty strong magic coming from him. Let's get a Magic Break here. Let's use that cover, make sure everybody's regenerating. Use a cut through. Use a barrage. And we'll use a tri-attack. There we go. Now I think, yeah, he does use death. Yeah, I was gonna say, he uses death, I think, once a turn. From a certain point, which is probably around where he's at now. So just keep that in mind. If you need to, use that comeback if you have a Noctis or some sort of raise ability. I'm going to point warp and bring back some of their stats. Lower his defense, see if we can blind him. I don't think we can, but it's always worth a shot. And we'll use tri-attack again. Okay, let's heal up. And we could just repeat with the other guys. He's got his magic back up again, so let's make sure we lower that. Let's get the cover on everybody. And lower his magic again. Let's see, let's get a barrage down. Tri-attack. Cut through. Here we go. Oh, it looks like his magic's not being lowered again, so he's resisting it now. Let's keep that in mind. So he's going to use that. Let's just use a comeback on him. Use a Fire Flash, maybe we can get another status effect on him. Use a barrage, and let's use a tri-attack. There we go, taking some extra damage. Okay, so I can use a comeback on the other Noctis. Having two Noctises is good. kind of baseline. If you don't have both of them, or if you don't have a raise or 2 raises, you're gonna need it, because this battle needs a lot of raises or something along those lines, some sort of raise ability. So keep that in mind, at least 2 of them, because there's a lot of death. It's not only going to come from him, but from enemies in the future too, because we still got 3 more rounds to go after this one. Now, we could probably finish him off in the next turn, as long as nobody dies. Oh, he used double trouble right there. Let's use a Curaja. And let's set ourselves up for the next turn. Let's use an elixir, make sure everybody's at full. And let's see, we'll do a... Let's do a Fire Flask and a Fire Flask, just so we can get rid of them. And we'll just use the other guys to really just high potion up, like themselves and others. So that got rid of him. We're going to the next round a little bit little health, but that's okay. Now the Antlion's going to do some sandstorms, which you can kind of hold off on him doing that much damage. What you really want to do is you're going to be blinding. I think blinding the Antlion. He can be blinded. The Chimera will not take damage except for like wind damage or meteor damage, so just keep that in mind as well. But they do both take regular damage, but they will not take the Chimera will not take the fire damage. So, but we still want to blind the Antlion, so we can use the Fire Flask now just to get some of that damage down and see if we can lower any magic. I don't think they really have any magic that we need to worry about with them, but still it'd be nice. Yeah, blinding is a must. We'll be lowering some of their attack with warp breaks as well. Now we can come back right here because we don't want anybody poisoned in the process. Use a Curaja. Use that stat increase of HP and MP. And let's take care of the Antlion first. He seems to be taking the damage faster, so we want to worry about that. And then we could do a Warp Break, and that should be good on the Antlion, taking down his damage first, and then we'll do the Warp Break on the Chimera right afterwards. Let's use the comeback again. Don't have to worry about being poisoned every turn. And we can use the Warp Break on him. And we'll just try to keep the stats up, the point warp. That would be fantastic. So let's get this for the break on him. And we'll just keep doing the damage to the Antlion. Don't want that poison keep coming, so let's just keep making sure everybody doesn't have the poison on them. Looks like they'll be fine healing at the end of the turn, so I can use him to raise something or do something. Diamond Dust, no, that won't affect the Chimera. You know, let's just use a Cura on everybody. Just keep them healthy. Don't have to use a Curaja because they're not that high in damage. And let's not do the damage to all enemies. Let's try to focus on taking down one right now. And point warp with him. And try attack here. There, so he's at full HP. I'm glad I point warped with one of them, because that's one of their major attacks. Yes. So, gotta worry about that sometimes. Let's try to Phoenix down. That doesn't happen that often, but it can happen. So now let's start using the comebacks on the team. And we'll use an elixir to make sure that Noctis is all full up. Start lowering the attacks again. Use a comeback. Use a Courageous. Let's use a Meteor on both of them. Or no, let's just use a regular attack. Let's save up some of that. Use a Divider though. And Warp Break one of them. Let's do the Antlion first. Because he is getting the lower health. And then we'll use the other Warp Break on this one. Yeah. No, use a Warp Break here, and we'll use an Armiger to make sure everybody kind of gets stats again. We'll come back, everybody. And let's do a jump, just to keep him out of the battle for a little bit. And we'll do a cut through. So we'll want to do the Warp Break first on the Chimera. Now let's take care of him. There we go. Antlion is almost down. That'll take care of some of the damage. Yeah, the Sandstorm does happen every so often. So, just come back. But we don't have to worry about that too much now. We'll just do a regular attack with the Antlion. Or actually, let's do a Barrage. Maybe we can get rid of the Antlion. If he attacks the Antlion at all. Nah, it looks like he's going after Chimera. It's okay. That healing is great. Every so often, you know. Okay, come back here. And a come back here. Nope, not Point Warp. Use one. Use the other. We can use his ultimate right here. And we can do a Wind Slash. Wind Slash will do stuff to the Chimera. Something we can not worry about him not taking damage from. So the rest of the battle is kind of just taking down the Chimera little by little, because he's not going to do as much as the Antlion with the Sandstorm, so we don't have to worry about that too much now anymore, and more or less just saving up our stats while taking him down piece by piece. We can just regular attack now. Obviously take him down a little bit, you know, some stats and stuff like that. We'll give everybody a boost in their stats again with Cecil, and we can even Point Warp, and we can just keep shelling out some damage right here. We can even use like a Blindside so we're not using that much MP. We use a Point Warp with him now, and just do the same sort of dealio. Maybe while using Kira along the way. Okay, I think we'll be good to start taking him down now. So we'll use a Warp Break here, Let's cut out some damage, and there we go. Let's save his MP, and everybody should get a cover again. So let's do that. Cover him up, do a warp break, and the rest of everybody else can just do regular stuff. So Luna took a brunt of damage, so we can just use Curaja. Do some more warp break here, or a blind side, don't have to use too much. You still got a low D, so yeah, we can just do that. One more turn should take him down. So using Curaja again. Using the blind side here. That should get us to round 8. Whew, only 2 more. Now the last round is the hardest one. So this one's not so bad. You can silence both of them. So using Fire Flask is perfect. Lowering magic in case they don't get silenced. Let's do a hit all. I'm going to turn this around actually. I'm going to do the lightning damage with him and do the Fire Flask with him. And I think the Wyvern can be blinded. Let's do a stat increase for everybody. Let's do this. Here we go. Make sure everybody's stats up. There we go. So one of them got silenced. We use the magic boost right here. Let's lower some defense of the Wandering One. You know, I'm going to get rid of the Wyvern first because, yeah, I think that's probably the wiser choice because the Wandering One can be destroyed pretty quickly. So let's make sure everybody's got their stats coming up. I'll actually use it with this way around and use the warp break with him. Here we go, Divider, and we'll even use a Meteor to start taking down some damage quickly. Okay, so that's not too bad. Let's start doing the singular damage and not worrying about that. Okay, let's see. Let's keep a Fire Flask on them. Let's make sure everybody's attack and magic stays up. I think wind damage might do some extra. That might be the Wyvern's weakness. Let's try that, see how it turns out. Oh, nope, he resisted, so no win. So that's going to happen every so often. She's a comeback. Here we go, Curaja. Here's, let's see, Divider. We'll use a Fire Flask. I'm going to try to confuse the Wyvern, because he can be confused, and he'll start attacking the Wandering One if he gets confused. Oh, he's paralyzed. The Wandering One's paralyzed. That's less damage. That's great. So I'll Point Warp with both of them. No, don't need Point Warp with both of them. I'll do a cover. Make sure everybody's getting their MP back, and I'll Point Warp with him. Let's do a cut through. We'll use a Meteor even right here. Here we go. The Wyvern's the one that takes the more time. That's why I'm focusing on him, because the Wandering one will go down pretty quickly. Now I can point warp with him. Cut through. Let's do regular attack, regular attack. We'll use a Fire Flask next turn, because they're starting to get uncovered. Now let's just regular attack. Divider. Here we go. We'll use a Fire Flask. But in case I want to get them confused and stuff, I'm going to use the Fire Flask last. Wandering one is asleep, that's a good sign. Make sure everybody starts recovering again. Oops, not warp decoy. Paralyzed, confused, asleep, everything. Yeah, let's get everybody's stats back up. We'll even use an Armiger. Double boost him. Actually, I'm going to save that Armiger for the next fight, because we're going to need everything that we can. And we'll use Fire Flask again. Yeah, it seems the Wyvern's not taking anything else anymore, so we're going to have to start taking him down pretty quickly. Let's use the Warp Break. Let's focus the damage on him now. Use a Meteor, Divider, and we'll link as well. There we go. Try to get all that damage on that Wyvern. He's pretty tanky. Let's just use that. Regular attack. Let's see, we can cover again. We'll use a Warp Break. Okay, Wyvern is down. Just the Wandering one left. We can use a Fire Flask, double duty Fire Flask, and yeah, let's just do that. Let's see if we can get some status effects on him. Yeah, paralyzed. Okay, now we just want to make sure that that cover stays up, and we can just do regular attacks now. Like I said, the Wandering one goes down pretty quickly. We can use even point warps right here. Make sure everybody's fully healed up. And we're going into the last round. Okay, now this is the Europa, I believe. Now this guy is no joke. He does so much damage, and he gets so much harder with every passing moment. So you want to just Fire Flask the heck out of him. Him and his little goonies. Because you don't want anything to come your way. We're going to try to take down Europa as quick as possible. Let's use a Sacred Guard on everybody. Here we go. Everybody ready? You're all ready. You know, I'm gonna warp break him because, hey, we need the defense down on him. Now he's doing these mega-like beam attacks, which do so much damage. But I'm going to use Fire Flask last each turn, just to try to confuse the beast. So, yeah. Want to use a Meteor, Divider, Cut Through. Everybody's stats are up. Use a Fire Flask, and we'll use a Fire Flask, but we'll do that last. Once they take the full damage from this. No, he didn't get confused. Yeah, that's a bad sign. We need him to get confused. Now we can Armiger up right here. Try to lower his defense. Use another Meteor. Here we go. And we'll Fire Flask at the end. Now his defense is going lower. He looks like he's resisting that, so don't have to worry about using a defense lower move anymore. Okay, so let's use a comeback here. We'll use a Curaja here. We'll use with Lunith. It's got, actually, we'll use here with Gilgamesh. We want to just make sure that this Noctis and my Noctis are both at full health every turn, because just the damage that comes through. And we will use just a Fire Flask. Or let's use a Thunder Flask this time, because I don't think that he'll get confused anymore. And we'll use a Thunder Flask each turn now, because he's going to start doing tons of damage. Starting now, he's going to be doing just tons of damage. And he's going to be doing them row by row. So let's get that extra thunder damage from each row. Maybe we should raise everybody's stats actually with the Armiger. Yeah, let's do the Armiger as well. We'll do the other thunder next turn. Okay, pretty lucky with this hit. He's not beaming that much. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, we can Thunder Flask here. Just want it enough for like 2 turns. Thunder Flask here. Cut through. Cloud Darkness won't do much, so let's just Elixir up. We'll Elixir up himself. That way he has some stuff to use next turn in case. And we'll use Gilgamesh to do... Now we'll do his jump. There we go. There's the double thunder coming through. Just like 1 more, 2 more rounds. The wave cannon. Yeah, that's some crazy damage right there. Let's, I don't have to worry too much about Cecil at this moment, just because I want to make sure that we get through this fight. So let's Thunder Flask, Thunder Flask, Thunder. Okay, just 1 more round, that's all we need. Oh, so he beamed Noctis, but he survived it. So I think I win this. I think this is something, you know, I'm going to, just because my Noctis does more damage than the, than Cloud of Darkness, I'm just going to use Cloud of Darkness there to give him his full Thunder Flask. We can use that right there, and we can do a Wind Slash. There we go. And there it is. There's the March of the Beast. It's such an intense fight. I had to look up like each one of these guys and just like, just the strategy is just so hard. It's really worth it though if you're able to beat it. You have to have a pretty good team. You know, don't go into it with your level 5 characters, ones that can't get up to 6 stars. Make sure you have 2 raises. You get a demon mail for it. 58,000 experience, but that shouldn't matter. All your characters should be at their max. And try to grab a whale friend, or at least have your characters like really well off. This has been Malvar TC1. Best of luck in doing the March of Beast yourself. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.